Hi everyone, I wanted to talk you through the rest of this Convict data based project. Now, I've just created a bit of a flow chart here, which was similar to the one that I had up on the board in class the other day, as to what I think this database should look like. So the blue boxes are forms, the green boxes are tables, red are queries, and yellow is reports. So as I said, sorry about the noises in the background. We've got chickens at the moment, so if you hear any squeaking, that's what it is. Anyway, yes, so two forms. So startup form, this is what you'd enter the database into. You have a startup form, and everything is basically drawn from this table, which sort of sits behind the startup form. So here we've got the Convict database table. So one thing is a search form, so that feeds into the startup form as well. I'll show you this on the database in a minute. But you've also got 4 queries that are developed from that table, and the reports that are based on those queries. Okay, and they all feed back into the startup form here. Now, you have to create all these objects. Okay, so you've got 2 forms. You've got your main table. You don't change your main table. You get all your information from that, or you filter all your information from that. Reports are generated on the queries, and they are accessed from the startup form. Now I'll show you all the things that I've created in my database. How many did we have? 1, 2, 3, what's 8? So there's 11 items, or 11 objects. They're called in access. Okay, so these are all called objects. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we've got all these different objects. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to open the startup form, which is the way you'd access all this information. Now, what I've got here is my splash screen sort of thing, just with a bit of a graphic there, just for looks. Now I've got all these different, so I've got 4 buttons, okay, and I'll show you how to make a button in a minute, because I've actually left one off here. I've got the value of the crimes. Okay, so what these do is they open one of these reports. They open each of these reports. These reports are generated off these queries. Okay, so show the value of crimes. If I click on that, it will open that value of crimes report. Okay, so that will run off the value of crime query here. Okay, so the way it's set up, I can't. It's not so user friendly that you might even be able to create a button that goes back to it, but at the moment you just have to close it. Okay, stealing under 21 accesses this report here. Okay, so close that. Date of convict death. Okay, so it gives you that report there. And finally, letters to researchers. Actually, I have done all the buttons. That was the 4. Okay, so this is actually a form. All right, so all these 3 are accessing what do you call it? Reports, and this one. Oh, sorry, no, I'm missing something. Okay, there was one more form I had to link to. Okay, so if you have a look, so this is the mail merge, which I hadn't talked to you about in the last video. So what a mail merge is, if you have a look at these other reports, I'll just show you what I'm talking about when I'm talking about mail merge. So a mail merge is basically a function in a database that will allow you to print letters that can be posted out, as in mail. So the idea with this one was you're sending out letters to researchers based on every single convict. Okay, obviously doing that too for every single convict would be quite tedious. Okay, so the advantage is you use the database to send out all those records automatically. So if you have a look at my letter I've set up, okay, so at the moment it sort of actually just shows it record by record, but if you print preview, let me just show you the print preview. Okay, it's in the form of a letter, so I can cycle through and it's got all these different letters. Okay, with the So I'll just start from the beginning. Okay, so de-researcher, I can confirm that it was possession of the record name Robert Abel. Okay, so this is what I'll show you the how I've set it up. It's just another report, but I've used a blank report. Maybe I need to do a separate video on that. Let's see how you go. Have a go at that. You have to link it to. Let me just have a quick play with it. Oh yeah. So one thing I will show you is I'll show you how I created these buttons here. It's quite easy. So on your splash screen, because I need to create a link to this search form here. Okay, I haven't done that yet. So all you need to do is access your design view for your Convict database, and you get all these form design tools. You have your design tools there, and what you're gonna do is use a button. Okay, so that's the button there. Actually, what I did in the last one, I'll create it from scratch. I actually copied these, so I kept the same size and shape, but I'll try and put a new one. Okay, so you draw yourself out, and it gives you these options of what you can do. So you can access. It'll let you look at all these different objects you've created, and you go to form operations. Okay, so we want to open a form with this button. So form operations. You've got all these different options you can do. I just want to open it. Okay, just click on next. And I've got two forms in my database. The first one is the one that I'm on at the moment, so I don't want that. I want the search data. Okay, so I just want to create a button for that. Open the form, find specific data to play. Open the form, show all the records. Okay, so let me see. I haven't actually done this with the form. Let's try it, see what happens when I do that one. Okay, let's just do that. Alright, I'm going to put a text in there because that's what I did. So search all records. Okay, so that's what my text will say when I search all records. Okay, I think that's what the name of the button. Okay, so I just need to drag that out a bit just to make it a bit more consistent. Now, so hopefully, if I go back into my what do they call it? Layout view. When I click on this, it should run that form, okay, that I created before. So I can use the search bar to search for Bradbury. Oops, what's happened here? Bradbury. Okay, and it'll look for that, and it'll tell me all the details for my Uncle Bill there. Okay, so I'll close that, and that is the so how you create buttons on your database, linking to reports. First of all, reports. These are 3 query reports. That's a mail merge, and this is a search all records. So I think that would be a good place to start or to go from in the next class. So have a go at doing those things. Incidentally, I created this image. I had this image here. You might be able to see. You might not be able to see it, but I used Photoshop to extend this out and make it look a bit nicer and put somewhere where my buttons could be. So, you use the tools that are available to you, and have a go at making some buttons. Try making all these objects. I might do the mail merge in another video because that's a bit tricky. Okay, bye for now.